You're good. But today we're going to talk about another one. That leader who serves. So we're going to read from the book of Mark. So the leader who serves. Mark chapter 10, verse 45. We're going to read it like we mean it, and we're going to be blessed. You know, I shortchanged you, and I forgot I shortchanged you. Let's all read. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Father, bless your people through the reading of the word and hearing of the word. In Jesus' name, amen. Be seated for a minute. I'm going to be fast, I'm going to be furious, but it's going to be good. Amen. The leader who serves. The sum total of your life is service. You got to get that. Understand that. You are here on this earth to serve. Oh yeah. Everything you are doing is preparing you to serve. Some of you are still in school, right? Why are you in school? To get a degree, right? To do what? Okay. That's it. Everything you're doing is gearing for serving. But the world is confusing service. In this world, we lord it over people. So when you are made a leader, you become the boss and you walk like a butterfly or whatever you walk, a penguin or whatever you walk. But real leadership and biblical leadership is servanthood. Because that is the original intention. Even if some of you in future, you're going to marry and have kids, right? You're going to marry and have kids, right? How many? As many as he gives you. Prepare, because it's going to serve them. That's it. That's what it is. It is. That's life. I'm pastoring here because I'm here to do what? When you go to work, what are you doing? Everything rises and falls on service. But if we get the wrong concept of service, we fail in life. Your boss likes you because you serve better. Your company is thriving because whoever is there is doing good service. That's it. As a leader, you have to understand the concept of service, or else you cannot thrive in life. Service. We just read Jesus speaking to the disciples in Mark 10:45 and says, for even the Son of Man. He said what? What is it? Even. Look at that word. Even me. That's what he's saying. Even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to do what? And so I'll give you a little bit of background, and I'll give you your points. Then you go home and you go out there, make the message your own, tell everybody about it, because copyright. You copy it rightly and say, this is a new message, revelation I've received, and then you tell them, copy it rightly. Right. So, this Jesus Christ is ending his ministry, and he is going towards Jerusalem. In chapter 8 of Mark, he told the disciples, I'm about to die. This is what's going to happen to me. You understand? I'm going to suffer. I'm going to be beaten. Chapter 9, he says the same thing. And it comes to chapter 10. So let's start from about verse 31. If you can put Mark 10:31, I just want to give you some background history. So he's going to the end of his life, right? And then he's giving them deep things. Last days are dangerous. He's telling them this is how things work. But many who are first will be last, and the last will be. Listen, don't bother yourself. Young man, young woman, don't bother yourself. I look back at some of my classmates who were really up there, and I look back now, the first has become last, and the last has become first. You understand what I'm saying? Don't bother. When people are pushing that, oh, well, you don't have this, you don't have a shoe, you don't have a car, you don't have this, you don't have this. Don't worry. Because as long as you stay in God, a time is coming that he will build you enough that nothing will stop you from your breakout. When you put a seed on the ground, if you put a stone on the seed, you put the soil there and put a stone on it, what happens? It still comes out. You see, a time is coming, you will become unstoppable. What you have to do is to build who you are. That's it. Because your coming up and your uprising is not determined by what people think. It's what God has inputted in you. Some archaeologists were working in some pyramids in Egypt. And this one was about 3,000 years or so. And they found some seeds. So those seeds were about 3,000 years. And they were shocked. So they took it to the lab. They checked on it. They didn't see much. But then they started planting 1, 2. And a seed which is 3,000 years started germinating. Listen, you carry something in you that is about to germinate. It's about to go down. Are you beginning to understand? Sometimes we look at the surface. Somebody sees the seed. Oh, this seed is 3,000. It won't work. The first will be last. Oh yeah, don't be afraid of where you are now. Just be concerned about what you are building inside of you. Because if you build integrity, if you build character, the rest is history. And you're about to make history. So we go to verse 2. I'm giving you the background of this story. 32. Now they were on the road going up to Jerusalem. What did I say they are going to do in Jerusalem? This is Jesus and the disciples. What is going to happen? He's about to die. So that's his final journey. So have that in your mind. And Jesus was going before them, and they were amazed as they were followed. They were afraid. Then he took 12 aside. Who are the 12? The disciples. What did he do? He took them aside. What do you think he's going to tell them? He said it in chapter 8. He said it in chapter 9. They're just about it. He's going to tell them the things that will happen to him. Why do you think he keeps repeating? They don't believe it. They don't get it. It doesn't make sense. And we'll see why it doesn't make sense to them. 33. Let's keep going. Mark 10:33. Let's all read. Behold, we're going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be betrayed. Now, I want to break this one down a little bit. Last week, I think I alluded to it. But Son of Man is a prophetic rendering of God with man. And this is from Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. So we're going to come back to this. But if you can find me Daniel chapter 7, verse 13. So whenever you hear Son of Man, it's talking about the deity of Christ, that he is God. That's all. You know, it sounds confusing when it says Son of Man and Son of God. You think rather, but Son of Man is his deity. So Daniel is seeing a vision. Let's read it. I was watching in the night vision, and behold, one like. This is where they got it. That's why when he told them the Son of Man can put down his life and take it, they wanted to kill him. They said he blasphemed because he called himself God. And let's read that verse. He's coming in the cloud of heaven, and he came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. Verse 14. And so he was coming, the Son of Man was coming. Then he was given what? Dominion. He was given what again? Glory. He was given what? A kingdom. And that who? All people, all nations, all language will do what? They will serve who? They will serve there. Every knee shall bow, every tongue will confess. All nations will serve the Son of Man. His dominion is everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away. And his kingdom, the one which shall not be, his kingdom will not be. So this is the Son of Man. So now let's go back again to Mark chapter 10, verse 33. So Jesus, now you understand this prophecy. Jesus is speaking. Let's all read. Behold, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man. Okay, once they heard Son of Man, knowing the prophetic word, what will come into their head? Son of man in Daniel 7. What comes into their mind? Who is the Son of Man? He is the Messiah, he is the King, he is God, and he is going to rule kingdoms, and everyone will serve him. So once they hear the Son of Man, what comes into your mind? Somebody is going to serve this kingdom, right? So they are confused because the Son of Man will be betrayed by first the chief priests and then the scribes, and then they will condemn him to death. Doesn't even make sense. And then they will deliver him to the Gentiles. See, that's why they were confused. Let's keep going. We're going to go until we reach 46 or somewhere there. And they will mock him. Are you talking of the Son of Man? And then they will scourge him, and then they will spit on him, and they will kill him. And the third day he will. But we just read about the Son of Man. And what is going to happen to the Son of Man? He's going to rule. And people are going to serve him. Let's keep reading verse 35. So he's telling the disciples as they are going to Jerusalem. Then James and John. Have you heard these names before? James and John, the sons of Zebedee, came to him saying, Teacher. Now let me tell you a little bit about James and John. They were in the inner core of Jesus. So, always the Bible talks about Peter, James, and John. Gethsemane, they were there. Or when Jesus transfigured, they were there, right? And so at least they are part of his inner circle. They are very close. Those are the ones when people were messing up. They said they want to call fire from heaven to burn them. Burn them. That's them. Two guys. Them. You don't mess with them. So they came to Jesus saying, Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever we ask. Like there's something, we want to ask you something, do it for us. Okay, let's keep reading. Verse 36. And he said to them, what do you want me to do for you? Okay? And let's hear what they want. They want Jesus to do for them. Verse 37. Let's all read. And they said to him, do what? Grant us that we do what? We sit one on your right and then one on your. What was Jesus just telling them? Why do you think they don't believe? The Son of Man. Are you there with me? They can't kill God. He says, when you come to your glory, if you are going to Jerusalem, that's your glory. Let's keep going. Verse 38. Are you getting the background? But Jesus said to them, you do not know what you ask. Are you sure of what you are asking? Are you able to drink the cup that I drink and be baptized with the baptism that I have been baptized with? When I got born again, when they say baptism of fire, I thought when the Holy Ghost comes. Baptism of fire is suffering. So it says, I'm going to be baptized. Are you sure you can handle this baptism of suffering? And what did they say? Verse 39. Some prayers we have prayed and God did not answer. We should thank God though. They said to him, we are. They said we are what? To handle what? They're able to handle it. Now watch. James was the first to die. By AD 44, Herod Antipas just killed him. John was the last to die. They even fried him. And he didn't die. They put him on the Isle of Salt. Patmos. Yeah. They said they are able to handle it, right? The baptism. You will indeed drink the cup that I drink. He promised them. They didn't know the promise they were having. And with the baptism I'm baptized with you, you will be baptized. Like you will go through the same thing. Let's keep reading. And when they said that, they would have said what? Yeah. But to sit on my right or my left, It's not mine to give, but it is for those whom it has been prepared for. Wow. And they still didn't understand. Let's keep reading. Verse 41. And when the 10 heard this, when the rest heard it, what happened? Why do you think they were angry with James and John? It's not that what they're asking, they didn't like what they were asking, no. But they also wanted that position. So you too. Because they even have gone to bring their mother to come and plead for them. It was weird. So they were mad with them. All the rest. Peter is like, so where do I sit? Andrew is like, I'm the one who's been bringing people. If you sit on the, where do I sit? Let's keep reading. Bible is interesting, isn't it? But Jesus called them to himself and said to them, you know that those who are considered rulers over the Gentiles lord it over them, but their great ones exercise authority over them. When it comes to the world, when it comes to service, the mistake they do is that they lord it over people. But we are in a new kingdom. 43. Let's read. Mark 10:43. Yet it shall not be so among you. Look at a nice person and tell them it shall not be so among you. But whoever desires to become great among you should do what? Why are we here on earth? Now you get it. For your company to be great, you should have great customer service. Did you know that? It's all about service. They have messed it up. They've turned it around. But the key thing is that if you want to be great, you have to first serve. That is the road to greatness. Let me tell you this. I think I might have told you this story, but if I've not told you before, I remember when I was serving my church, when I was growing up, I had a job. And the job was to teach as an untrained teacher, right? I'd finished college and I didn't have a job. And what a nice job to have. I didn't know what I was teaching. Ask me what I even don't remember what I taught. But all that I wanted was to be given my salary. I took the first salary the second time, and God was impressing on my heart that this is not what I called you for. Everything you get, take it back to your pastor and go serve your pastor and serve the organization, because I have something for the group. And instead of keeping quiet, I want to tell my family also that God says I should give the money to my church. So guess what? You are not going to eat. Oh yeah. You are going to serve. Give the money to the church too. It's not this generation alone that they were saying pastors were eating our money. That generation. Yeah. And so I kept giving the money to my pastor. And sometimes I have to walk for miles because I didn't have money. God told me, just serve, just serve, just serve. Just do that. All that. He calls me in the night, I go. Everything I do it. And then I had to travel to the UK. And I've not calculated, but it's about almost 100 times how much the ticket cost. And I'd only given it for about maybe 5 months or so to go to UK. Nobody was wanted to give me the ticket. We went somewhere, and a travel agent, and the man sacked us. We refused to go. The man went to break. He came back and says, why are you guys still here? But cut the long story short, he gave me a ticket and said, when you travel to UK and you get the money, this is West, and you get the money, come and pay me back. Listen, when it comes to service, the world will tell you you are silly, you don't think, but God is making a way for you to greatness. When I left, the young people I was working with now wanted to go back and work in the organization. If you want to be great, you have to serve. If you want to be a great mom, you have to do what? Serve. A great dad. Today you are not preaching with me. Oh. If you want to be a good worker, what do? If you want to be a good friend, we've been called to serve one another. That's why you are here. As a pastor, I've been called to serve you. That's it. So if there's something wrong with you, part of my service is to help you to become better. Jesus is telling them, if you want to be great, you have to serve. Verse 44. Today I'm preaching only 3 hours, don't worry. And whoever of you desire to be first shall be. Let me see by hands those who want to be first. All hands down. Says if you want to be first, you'll be what? Slave of who? The things we desire and we cry for. And when it's happening, I say, God, I don't know what is happening to me. Everybody's looking down on me. Everybody think I'm a slave. Yes, you are. You said you want to be the first. Verse 45. So this is the verse that I just read. 45. For even the Son of Man, even. You see, he didn't say Jesus. Even. This is God, the Son of Man. That's my deity. Even the Son of Man did not come to be served. Why did he come? Seriously. And to give his life as a ransom. He served and gave his life on top of it. Woo! Is the word choking your heart? Even the Son of Man. For me to be a leader, what should I do? Oh, today is quiet too. If you have to be a leader, what do? If you want to be a father, what do? You want to be a mother? No. Maybe you didn't look at it that way. When you give birth to children, right? You think you are the boss of the house? You clean, you wash. What again do you do? Yeah. You see, you have not looked at it that way. We are just here to serve. What are you here for? Serve. That's it. That's it. And that's why people look at you and say, oh, that is mommy and that is daddy. If you want to be great, what do? Verse 46. Then they came to Jericho and then the multitude, whatever. Okay, so let's stop there. Right. Listen. If you want to become anything at all, the first thing you should think about is how much am I serving? And there are 4 things that I want to give to you so that you go home and just chew on it. First thing is that for you to be a servant leader, you serve before you lead. You serve before. You serve before. You serve before. If I have little children, I just had a day-old baby, right? And I refuse to serve them. I don't feed them. I don't clothe them. I don't clean them. Am I still the dad? No. No. Somebody will pick them and they will become their dad. The person will become their dad. Well, I'll just have the name biological. That's it. The only privilege you have to lead them is your ability to serve them. That's why you get the right to tell them, sit down, go to bed. Why? You are serving them. Are you beginning to get the concept? You cannot lead unless you yourself, you begin to serve. Serving may look like helping to set up church, welcoming new people, cleaning without being asked, helping your classmates, your schoolmates, encouraging somebody who feels left out. That's help. Volunteering instead of waiting to be chosen. You see, the best leaders will ask, how can I help? Instead of, what is in this for me? Look, that what is in this attitude. Somebody will ask somebody, oh, are you not coming to church? You know what they tell you? Oh, well, I have so many things to do. As for church, what is in it? You know, you got to be smart. Now, let me tell you this. If you want to lord it, the enemy will give you work to do, then take all the money and let you start again. Oh, I'm telling you. Listen, if you like, take a journal and start writing things down. Ask people. You are driving and two of your cars, your tires will go out. Like, what happened? What did I do? Yeah. Because if you want to belong to the devil, he knows how to make you work. But if your life is here, look, you are rewarded because you serve, though. Even at your workplace, why do you think they paid you? That's it. You didn't get paid because of how handsome or beautiful. You are beautiful and handsome, but that's not why they paid you. When you got your salary, they paid you because you went to. And if you serve well, even when you are bringing people to the company, they like it. Because of your service. They want you to bring people. Do you know that there are some people, they can take you to their workplace, and some can't take you? You see that? You know the difference? The difference is service. That's somebody's service. If you serve well, you can hold somebody's hand and take them anywhere. If you want to lead, you serve. When the world tells you you are useless, oh, why are you killing yourself for this work? Why are you killing yourself for God? Tell them, I'm here to serve. Look, when there's promotion, they may not even interview you. They'll tell you, are you able to do this? Why? You serve. The world is confusing us about you got to be smart. You got to work smart. Listen, if you have a company and I'm in your company and I'm working smart, would you want to promote me? You want somebody who serves. When you came, there was water here, nobody was there, I did it. When you came, nobody came to work, I took over. When you moved me to another department, I'm okay with it because I'm here to. Next time, if you want to promote somebody, who would you promote? When was the last time you helped someone without expecting anything back? That is servanthood. Number 2, you got to care about people. Tell somebody, care about people. The Bible says in Matthew 9:36 that when Jesus saw the multitude, he was moved with compassion for them. Listen, people are not projecto. People are struggling privately. The fact that people are around you and all smiling doesn't mean they are not going through stuff. People have issues. They have their own challenges. Someone in your school may be lonely. Somebody at your workplace may be depressed. Somebody walking around may be bullied. Some people are walking around afraid. Some people are feeling invisible. If you're a servant leader, you will notice. I'll give you an example of Barnabas. Anybody heard the word Barnabas? That person, he was in the Bible. Barnabas was the one who picked up Apostle Paul. You know Paul? What was Paul doing before he became an apostle? What was he doing? He was killing people. So when he came back, and the apostles who didn't get their positions saw him, what do you think they were thinking about him? We don't want him. Why? He will come and kill us. And Barnabas picked him, walked with him until he was accepted. Then there was a young man called John Mark. He also came to Paul right? But he was lazy. So Paul sacked him. Guess what? Barnabas took him in. Had compassion on this guy, trained him until he became good. Guess who was looking for John Mark? Paul. He says, bring John Mark, we need him. People are not projects, so no. People have genuine needs. See people as human beings. Don't see them as, oh, the art for those people. The reason why God is keeping you alive may be because of that person. So that you serve the person. Listen, this week, learn somebody's name. You listen more than you talk. Somebody wants somebody to talk to. Encourage just one person. And don't discourage any person. This week, pray for somebody in need. And stop looking about, well, they did this, they did that. The question is, do people feel safe around you? Do they feel safe talking to you? I think it was last week I was talking about the third pastor, right? I hope you are not the third pastor. That when people tell you things, you cannot keep your mouth shut. Are you the third pastor? Number 3, you got to learn to communicate honestly. Communicate honestly. Listen. I hear people say things like, I spoke to the person I spoke and they were not listening. If they heard you, they will listen. The means by which you are communicating doesn't make sense. Now let me ask you this. I have a question. If you get it $100, you take it home. Voici maintenant, voulez-vous avec nous? Aha. You see, what I said, you don't even understand. Because that language, it looks like French, but it's... It looks like French, right? It sounded like French, right? So sometimes we speak, it sounds like what you are saying makes sense, but the person is not getting it. There is a wavelength by which everybody understands. Have patience and communicate right. Some people communicating is just sitting with them and they're pouring out. Some is just saying it is well. They are already beat down. Learn to speak. And don't say, well, I just said that. Everybody has one friend or two friends. Anybody has a friend? One or two? Anybody has more than two friends? You don't have more than one or two friends, so you don't. They are acquainted. Is it Facebook friends? Facebook friends, all right. You have only one or two maximum. Some of us don't even have any, right? We are still working to get one. How do I know somebody is my friend? Service, okay, but how do I know somebody is a friend? How do you know? How do you know this person is really my friend? Yeah. Interaction, okay. What interaction? How do you know this is my friend? Yeah. They listen to you when you talk, okay? Yeah. Have you realized that if you have a friend, you feel so comfortable about everything? Why do you feel that comfortable? They understand you, They don't judge you, Now, I want you to understand you have only one or two friends, okay? The whole world is not your friend. So some jokes you joke with your friends, you cannot joke with them. Oh yeah, you're going to hurt somebody. We all walk around with baggages and disorders. Imagine you met somebody at the door, right? And you know you stole chicken from the soup yesterday, right? You know. Nobody knows. And then the person walks around and says, hey, are you also stealing chicken? That was a joke, right? If you ask your friend, are you stealing chicken? What would they say? Oh, get out of here. who's still in. You understand? That's your friend. They don't care. Okay? It's like, I'm not even going to listen to you. That's your friend. But if the person is not your friend, and they're trying to develop a relationship, how would you feel? So learn to communicate right. Don't say, oh, but I just said. If I came to you right now and said, you, this lady, you're a good woman. You're a good man. You're a good woman. You're a good man. What would you start thinking? I said one thing, my action is different. I don't just communicate with words, I communicate with. So don't say, I just said. Oh, I didn't say anything. Oh, two people have had, oh, all that I said was that I love you. Did I actually say I love you? Are you getting it? If you want to lead and serve, the people who are serving, learn to communicate with them. Learn. Do you know that there are some customer service people, when you call them and you get them, you're excited? I wish, is Billy working today? You want to make sure that you speak with Billy. Why? They get you. And there are some people, once they started, your phone bill, you can't pay. And then you called and they're saying the way they even started talking. Most people have moved company to company because of how people communicated with them. Listen, people will leave church just because of how you communicate with them. Don't say, I just said. No. You are here to serve. So you got to mind your words. Tell somebody, mind your words. When your mom married me, no, she's not here. I have the microphone. She came to chase me. I said, no. She was begging me for 3 years. And if there's a third pastor in this house, no third pastor. Okay. So let me go to my story. Your mom was begging me. Third pastor. Okay. I thought it was a third pastor. Then she married you. But there's something we decided. We said we will never disrespect each other. We got to be careful what we communicate with each other. And it stayed with us up to today. When we are angry, we'll not say anything bad. We'd rather just keep quiet, don't say it. Because words. If you want to be a servant leader, you got to learn how to speak. You got to communicate. Because soft answers will turn away wrath. Your words can build people or break people. My question is, are your words building people or they are breaking people? Leader, do your words make people weak or they make them strong? And the last one is, build others, don't compete with them. Tell somebody, don't compete with me. There is nobody who has succeeded in life who was walking alone. Tell me some of the companies you like. Any company you like. Well, which one? Microsoft. 1 or 2 people started Microsoft, right? Now, how many people work in Microsoft? Look at somebody you love and tell them you cannot succeed alone. Tell them. If you say, I don't like people, for me, I don't like people around me, then you are just doomed to fail. The people that you don't like have been brought there so that you serve them and make them better. Do you remember one of your teachers who was always good and made life good for you at school? Do you remember? One teacher. There's always that teacher. Do you remember one? That teacher, that one. That when nobody understood you, they did. And formed a team with you. And made sure you succeeded in school. Could you be that teacher for somebody else? Even Lone Ranger had a friend called Tonto. Everybody needs somebody. Never say, I don't need anybody. God is bringing all these wonderful people around you for you to succeed. And you are angry. I don't like them. I don't like the way you talk. You know, I'm fighting you. I'm jealous. I'm competing you. God did not bring people to you to compete with them. He brought them so that you complete them. Tell somebody, no competition. No competition. Let me come close to you. GenNext. If I knew what I know right now, I would have had 4 wings at my back. The people who look like they are there to destroy your life, God brought them into your life so that you serve them, so that He can promote you to somewhere else. You see, the most annoying person around you in school, in church, in your neighborhood, through that person, you may get the bestest husband in the world. Get over that obstacle. No, get over it. Yeah, he remembers something. Get over it. You need people. That's as for me, I don't need anybody. If you don't need anybody, my father used to tell us, my late father, he says, if you don't need anybody, when you die, bury yourself. Imagine me, I'm dead, and I'm burying myself. All of you run away. Tell somebody I need somebody. If I have to serve, I need people. And this is what God will do. He will bring a group of people to you, right? And He will give you the ability to understand them, pray for them. Not to compromise, no, but to be an influence to them. Why was everybody running to Jesus? Was He competing with the disciples? It's not about my good car or my good shoe. It's about my assignment to serve. This week, go find somebody and serve them. And remember, Jesus said the one who is going to be great will be the one who will. Yeah. This week, I'm going to call your parents and ask them, how did you serve in the kitchen? And I'll ask. It may look something little, but it changes who you are. A father just read a will. I was looking at it about last week, and I was shocked. There was a child who has served this man forever, and so he just created something as if he doesn't like him again, because according to him, he didn't want them to kill him before he dies, and left a lot of things for him. And he left 50% of all his property, millions of dollars, for his maids in the house, because they served. Yes, 50%, millions of dollars for the maids. Why did he leave money for them? Every maid who has ever served him, 50%. Service. If you want to lead, you got to learn to serve. If I want to be your pastor, I have to learn to serve. I want to disabuse your mind today of what the world is telling us. You got to be smart. You got to be smart. You don't have to be smart. You have to just be godly. And God will direct your path.